Countertop cabinets are everywhere right now, from luxury custom kitchens to small space makeovers. But before you jump on the trend, you need to know whether they actually work in real life. Today, I'm breaking down the pros and the cons and the design tips that make countertop cabinets either a total win or a frustrating mistake. If you're planning a kitchen remodel or just trying to make your space more functional, countertop cabinets can be a game changer if you've designed them thoughtfully. Before we dive in, I put together the ultimate kitchen cabinet renovation guide. Shows you the smartest ways to maximize space. Whether you use countertop cabinets or not, grab it using the link in the description. So what is a countertop cabinet? I'm asking myself that same question. I basically have been building cabinets for a long time. We always call them towers. Basically, it's this bad boy right here. It's a cabinet that sits on top of your countertop. If you have the space, you could always put it. It gives you a whole different look. It kind of gives you that nice wannabe pantry, but you know what? I want to show off my countertop kind of thing. So it's not a real pantry because it doesn't come all the way out, and it's not really an upper because it sits on your countertop. It's a fun cabinet because you can put it on your countertop. You could hide certain things in there, but let's get into the gist of it. Let's start off with the pros of this. The cool thing about this is if you have appliances and you don't want them on your countertop, this is a great cabinet to hide those appliances, those small appliances, because the beautiful thing about this is that you don't have to do it a traditional upper style cabinet, which is either a 12-inch or a 13-inch. With something like this, you could come out to 16, 18 inches and still show off your countertop. You could either get it where it has the base on here, or you could do it where the countertop kind of flows in there, which is something very popular. The reason why you want the countertop to flow in there, because if you have that heavy appliance, you just kind of want to push it in, slide it right in there and slide it right out. The thing with this one is you have to lift it, put it in there. But most of my clients like putting mixers in there. They like to put the toaster in there. They like to put that espresso machine in there. So it's a good place to kind of hide those appliances that you don't want, and you want to have that nice open countertop look to it. Another cool thing about this, it gives you more storage. So if you're looking for more storage in your kitchen, this is a great cabinet that basically helps you out. So what are the cons? If you have a small kitchen, it's going to feel a little cluttered. The other problem is if you need countertop space, this robs your countertop space. If you want that open look, this won't give it to you. If you want lighting, more lighting to hit your countertop, this isn't going to give it to you. Prepare to add a little more money on a cabinet like this, because chances are you might have to customize it because you got to do a bigger depth, and it's not a traditional cabinet that they sell. Most of these cabinets are an extra charge, so understand that this will cost you a little more to go something like this. These are the cons when it comes to this kind of cabinet. Just double think about it before you kind of do something like this. So now I'm gonna give you design tips on what you should do if you want a countertop cabinet or tower. If you're gonna put something like this, make sure you put a lot of lighting. If no, this will create shadows like crazy all over the place. If you guys can see, it kind of creates a shadow here. I recommend putting glass doors in front of it because it gives you that open look. The other thing that I recommend too, if you're doing glass cabinet doors on it, add some lighting. Why? Because it's going to look nice. This is going to look amazing. Showcase what you have in there. You can still put all your plates, all your cups on there. But here's another thing. If you're going to do lighting, if you're going to do the puck light, make sure they're all glass shells. Or you could do the strip lighting, come down the side. Now you could do wood shells or whatever material you want. The other thing to take in consideration, if you're going to do something like this, make sure the finish matches on the inside. If you're doing glass, you don't want to have two-tone finish. It's not going to look good. So if you have your cabinet fabricator, you're choosing your cabinet, make sure the finish is the exact same thing. That's a design tip that I really recommend. I've had clients tell me that they don't like the way the interior looks, and now they're putting iridescent glass in it. Now the whole point of it kind of went out the door. Put it on the ends as well. That way it kind of flows with your kitchen. Don't put it right in the middle, because then it's just going to look weird. Unless you have a nice corner, put it in the corner, but at that point, go with a nice diagonal. Turn that into a little appliance garage and shove your appliances in there. So hopefully these tips were good. Hopefully you guys realize what the pros and cons is when coming into a countertop cabinet tower. So Let me know what you guys think. If this helped you installing cabinets on top of your countertops, the next video you should watch is kitchen layout mistakes and how to fix them. I'll link it right here and I'll see you in the next one.